Welcome back to the Kentucky History Podcast. I'm your host, Jamison Cable, and over the next few months, we're going to have short, quick interviews with people who participated in, helped organize, and helped build the fort at Fort Logan. We want to bring as much attention to the fort and the things going on around there so we can keep the momentum going and get the fort completed. In today's interview, we're talking with Ken Hill, the man who portrayed Benjamin Logan at the siege of Logan's Fort. We'll have links in the description about how you can donate to help get the fort completed, how you can get involved, and how you can keep in touch with the events going on at the fort. So, how long have you been reenacting, I guess?
I've been doing this for about 13 years.
Well, what brought you to it? What drove you to start doing it?
Well, a friend of mine, a friend of mine had a local little shoot and camp. Lots of people get involved in this in different ways. We've got shooters, we've got reenactors, you just got history lovers. And I guess I sort of came in, he had a little camp close to my home, I kind of just visited, and I didn't realize that grown men were allowed to play. I mean, for lack of a better explanation, it just struck me how cool this would be. And that was about 13 years ago. I, of course, hung out. The next year we were actually invited to participate, and a friend and I kind of had a bet as to who could get together their gear in time and actually participate in the event. Yeah. Of course, you had to dress pre-1840 stuff. Nothing real specific. It wasn't juried or anything. Yeah. But anyway, I made that first shoot, and as well as I could with some quick Googling and looking through all the online catalogs, I ended up buying a flintlock rifle. I outfitted myself decently well. Yeah. I don't still use any of those pieces, I don't think, but got me off to a good start. And Fort Boonesboro was my first reenactment. I do Fort Harrod. I also do some monthly shoots at my own farm. I've been involved with this reenactment literally from day one. And one of my favorite things is what we did yesterday was, we had 150 school kids out here. Yeah. My first year out here, of course I'm not from here in Stanford. I know enough about the history here, but my first year out here we had 200 school kids, and I took note. I asked them how many of them knew who Benjamin Logan was, and there was 2. In a town that Benjamin Logan founded and established, and there's 2 kids that knew who he was. So I kind of made it a point, I'm not the end all guy for Benjamin Logan, but I can be Benjamin Logan for 30 minutes to any school kid out here, so at least when they leave here, they have some understanding of who he was and about this time period in Kentucky history, which fascinates me. Yeah,
well, we can talk about the educational system as much as we want, but that is a sad note that the kids, even in this county, don't know who Benjamin Logan is to that extent. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, down in Adair County for several years, my wife being a school teacher, and my son is in the system. He's one of the boys riding the horses out here today. I've done the same thing for Adair County, go in and do little Kentucky history programs, and make sure that they know how we got here, because I think that's important.
It is.
And we had a great group of kids out here yesterday. We haven't done this event for 2 years. Had a good group, and now they know a little bit more than they knew. Yeah. I didn't do my poll yesterday, but a lot of them did not.
Yeah. And I forgot to mention this, but tell us your name and who you're playing here at Fort Logan.
Sure. My name is Ken Hill, and basically for the fort, and like I say, I don't do first person of him, but I sort of oversee and assist with the overall historical reenactment side of it. And for lack of a better term, I guess I'm Ben Logan for the day. which I enjoy that, and again, I don't try to portray that I know everything about the life of Benjamin Logan. I don't, but I've studied this enough that I know the person that he was and the time period, and I'm fascinated with the 70s
80s.
and pre-statehood Kentucky is my favorite focus.
And I would argue to him, Black and Blue, he is a founder of Kentucky. He's right there.
And others get more credit. A lot of times it even depended on your publicist. But when you actually look at Logan, he was a pretty incredible guy. He was already of some means back in Virginia. He owned land already. He came here. He planted corn the first year, and then he just came back, brought his family and everybody, and they lived in a cabin right here with no door on it.
A cloth.
Had a blanket hanging, piece of cloth hanging, and his wife took care of the kids, and he went about trying to carve this out. That just amazes me that in spite of all the danger, that somebody who was already pretty comfortable over in the colonies would chance all that just to come here and do something different and better. Kind of speaks to the American spirit.
And you mentioned that his Virginia roots. He had hundreds of acres of farmland. But he came over and started a state. To say it that way.
Basically so. My son Jake also outside. He brought horses. This is our first time of doing that. So he's been raised in this hobby with me. And he was at this fort from the first one and the others as well. But mostly my focus has been one. Here is just wonderful people. I like that this is basically an all volunteer event. All the folks that are helping are spending their own time, their own money, their own investments to come out here. So it makes the rest of us feel better about doing the same. It's a great bunch of folks, and I love what City of Stanford and the mayor. We've had good support from 3 mayors since I've been here, and the current one's certainly no exception. But they put a lot of effort into their history and keeping it alive, so that we have a place to sit here and tell those school kids when they walk up a little something that they don't know yet.
And even I was talking to Jane a while back. She kind of said, if COVID hadn't hit, we would be the construction would be even farther along.
COVID was dealt a tough blow to this event, because it was just really getting going exceptionally good, and suddenly we can't have it at all. And on a personal note for us, one of our best friends, Mr. Dave White, that was a coppersmith, always set up here. He was the one that traveled farthest to get here from Illinois. We lost him back in the fall to COVID, so he's not with us. So not only did we lose some good time of getting this event to another level, they also lost some good people in the process.
I would just encourage, hopefully this stays as an annual event and keeps going and builds momentum, because growing up here in Central Kentucky, going to Fort Harriet, going to Fort Boonesboro was always a treat, but we always wish there was a Fort Logan to go to as well.
Sure.
It was just as important.
It's cool to have here, and it was almost lost to history as things are, except for the work of first the foundation people. Miss Irene down here has been that since day one. And then all the wonderful folks, the little friends group here that kind of developed as more tied to the events than maybe the fort itself. But I'm just glad to be here and be a part of it.
Well, thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll start seeing more of you around, right?
Sure. Yes, sir.
Don't forget to try out audibletrial.com/kyhistorypod to get a free book of your choosing. If you'd like to support the channel, check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/kyhistorypod. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification button for more Kentucky history content. Find us on these social media platforms and check out the Kentucky History Podcast on these podcast platforms for more in-depth history of Kentucky. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.